Hello, welcome. I am Lauren and I am an Alaska destination specialist, and I have a special group pricing through Princess Cruises for a cruise tour in 2027. So I know you're interested in it. So let's dive into what the full itinerary looks like. As you can see, the journey starts on July 23rd and goes through August 4th. Now, with this journey, there are a lot of things. Your land portion is going to be coming first. Then you will be taking the direct to wilderness train in Alaska, which is absolutely amazing. And then you are going to go on a Voyage of the Glacier cruise on the island Princess. Now, something I always tell all my clients who are going to Alaska is that Alaska is the destination. That is why you are going. Accommodations are often dated in Alaska. It doesn't matter who you stay with or anything like that. Five-star accommodations don't really exist in Alaska. So you're looking at three-star accommodations typically across the board, sometimes some four-star, but not really in that room category situation. But I do have some really great options for you that are going to get you the best views, the best options, and to see the most in Alaska. So let's look at this itinerary. So you are going to be starting in Fairbanks. So you will be flying into Fairbanks. Now you can decide, you can just come for this night or you can add on an additional night. If you're coming from the East Coast, it is a 4-hour time difference. I can say that I have done that before, and it was really rough to come in later in the day and then start the next day because you start off with an excursion the next day. So a lot of people like to fly in earlier to Fairbanks during the day if they're not going to do that extra day, but I could add a day on if you would like. This all includes your meals on land for the most part. Lunches are hardly ever included on land. That would be the only meals you're paying for. You want your meals paid for in advance because when you go to breakfast and there's two of you and you've just spent $75 to start your day, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of money. The meal plan is a ridiculously good deal. So that is included in your pricing in here, and it's included in this package. When you get to Fairbanks, someone from Princess will be meeting with you. It's just a motor coach. It's nothing special, but you are nearby. It's maybe a 5-7 minute drive, depending on how many people get on and how quickly they get on. And you get there. Once you get there, your luggage will get to your room eventually, and you're free to go and do whatever you would like. Typically, your room is ready by the time you get there, but check-in is around 3 to 4 p.m. So if you get there early, sometimes your room is not ready. A lot of people who take early morning flights book the night before so their room is ready when they get there because they want to rest. It's been a long day, even though you've gone for hours for a time difference if you're from the East Coast. Remember, it takes about 7 hours to fly there from wherever you're coming from, unless you're coming from the West Coast. So anywhere Midwest and on, it's going to take at least 7 hours of flying. Sometimes people really want that room available. This is just a view that I had when I was in Fairbanks. The second day, you will be starting off with this steamboat tour. It is included in your package price. You're not paying any additional cost for this. It is about 3 hours long. After that tour is over, you are going to take a motor coach to Denali Princess Lodge. So it's about a 3-hour drive. Most people sleep, just so you know. Your breakfast is included. That will be at the Fairbanks hotel. And then dinner is included, which will be at Denali. And you want that because you want to get the halibut when you are in Denali. It is amazing. The salmon is amazing, but everything is amazing. But there are a bunch of restaurants to eat at in Denali when you get there, and you can eat at any one you want with the meal plan. So it is a really great option since a lot of the food starts at $50 per entree. So just saying, the meal plan really, really helps you with this. Then the day 2, your evening is just your own. Day 3, you have a tour. It's called the Natural History Tour. And how Denali National Park works is there are certain buses that can go into the park, and that's the only way you can get in. Can't drive, can't do a lot of this small tour groups, all that kind of stuff. They don't really exist for Denali. They really protect the land, so there's certain buses that go in. This tour is about 3.5 to 4 hours long. I think it is the perfect amount for most people. You can upgrade to the Tundra Wilderness Tour that is about 8 hours long if you would like. You just would have to let me know so I can make that upgrade for you. The tour is amazing. You're going into the national park. It does not mean that you will get to see Denali or the big one or Mount McKinley, depending on who you ask the name of the mountain. Breakfast is included. There is a lunch option that you can have that you can pick up in the morning to bring with you on the bus. And then dinner is again back at Denali Princess Lodges. And again, you have multiple options here to choose from. So if you want to try out different restaurants, you can. There's different places for breakfast if you would like. Also, so you have a lot of different options for that. The following day, you are going to go to Mount McKinley Princess Wilderness Lodge. Now, what a lot of people think is when you're in Denali Princess Lodge is that you can see the actual mountain of Mount McKinley, Denali, the big one, and you can't. This is about 2.5 hours away, and from Denali Princess Lodge. 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending on what happens, how your transportation is going that day. And you will have opportunities to see Mount McKinley, Denali, the big one, if the clouds are in your favor. This is more of a relaxing lodge. So at Fairbanks, they want you to go around and see things. They have a lot of different options. In Denali, a lot of people feel like they want to see all these things because they're at Denali and you're right there. You can walk from Princess Lodges right into Denali National Park. So you don't even need to take a bus, but there is a shuttle there. But here at Mount McKinley, the big thing is that you can take about a 50-minute shuttle to Talkeetna, which is a town nearby. It's a very small town, and there's a lot of different tours that you can do. Big ones are like flight seeing tours, rafting tours, things like that. Otherwise, you can just stay at this lodge and relax. So if the time change is getting to you, if the go-go of Fairbanks to Denali is starting to get to you, you can just relax here. That is totally fine. Your breakfast will be at Denali Princess Lodge that morning, and then dinner here at Mount McKinley. Again, there are many different options that you can have, and you want to go and visit the treehouse, especially if Mount McKinley, Denali, the big one, are out. Again, Tuesday is your day to kind of breathe. This is the day before you're going to get on the cruise, so you really want to see what kind of day you're going to have. Now, on here I have that your lunch is included. It's kind of a touch and go where they add your lunch. So I just added it on the last day because it can change based on what the experiences are. So once you can book, then I can let you know exactly which lunch is included because you only get one lunch and you don't get to pick, they tell you. But sometimes it's included in your Fairbanks day. Some days it's included in your Mount McKinley day, and I can let you know. A lot of people do morning excursions to Talkeetna here, which is that 50-minute drive away, and then they relax the rest of the day, and they do laundry. There is laundry at all 3 of these places, so at any point you can do laundry. But as you can see, these people are standing out on outside in the Mount McKinley Lodge, and they're getting a great view of Denali. Now, I want to caution you that very few people see Denali like this. It's called the 10% Club. Yes, I am part of it. I am very, very lucky. If you ever want to go to Alaska, I have hardly experienced any rain when I've gone every single time. But that is super, super, super rare. Most people experience lots of rain and full rain days. So you just want to make sure that you're prepared. I'm showing you pictures like this, but it will rain. I promise you. I'm not there all the time, so it does definitely rain. All right, now we're getting ready for the cruise part. So you will go from Mount McKinley to the cruise ship on the Direct to Wilderness train experience. Now, this is the Alaska Railroad using Alaska Railways with Princess Cruises and Holland America. They kind of combine them sometimes. And you have your own special coach that you will be getting on as part of a Princess Cruise person. So you just need to make sure that you know, and I would let you know, when, the information so that you can get to the train on time that day, and you'll just take it right to the cruise ship. It's almost directly to the cruise ship there, and then you just get on the cruise ship. So the cruise technically doesn't leave till 8:30 that night. They're not going to leave if the train hasn't made it there because you're on Princess Transportation. So you don't need to worry about that. And it doesn't mean that you won't get on the cruise ship until 8:30, okay? It just means that you have a good amount of time to get there. They leave in that buffer time. Your meal is sometimes included. This is where that one lunch comes in. Sometimes your lunch is included in this portion, so it's not on your own, but it would be included here when you get on to the train. So a lot of times this is also when it is included. I can say that the food is very elevated for the Direct to Wilderness train. It's a really nice menu. I really, really enjoyed it. Being on a train didn't make any difference. It's a dome car. It's gorgeous. There's an outside area that you can go to. Love the train experience. It's such a great way to get to the train. You will have like a small bag with you at this time, but everything else will be taken from Mount McKinley Lodge and brought straight to your stateroom on the cruise ship. So the only thing you're going to have is like the things that you need, like your medications, your glasses, your maybe a change of clothes, things like that, and a small bag that you could just put under your seat on the train. You cannot bring a like rolling suitcase and put that underneath. There's no overhead space on the train because it's a dome car. So you just get a small carry-on that you can bring that fits under your seat when you go on this train. And then you get on. And once you're on this cruise ship, your Princess Plus takes over. So Princess Plus is included in this pricing, and that includes a drink package, a Wi-Fi package, and your gratuities. So once you get on this train, once you get on the ship, then you're all set. Now everything potentially is paid for at this point. There's no additional charges that you could have at this point, unless you have specialty dining, or if you add something else like a spa service that you didn't pay for beforehand, then those would be some add-on costs. Now, the rest of this is just going through your daily cruise. So you're going to go, your first day is a day at sea. You're going to go through Hubbard Glacier. A lot of people, if they didn't do any laundry on land, this is a big laundry day. So just make sure that you either get up early or find that time when it works out for you. But this is an enjoyable day, right? All your meals are included. You can eat in the dining room if you want for all your meals. You can do the buffet. You can do a combination of things. If you upgraded to Princess Premier, remember you have all those dining options offered to you for no additional cost. And the next day is the big day. It's Glacier Bay National Park. This is why people take this cruise, that they get Hubbard Glacier and Glacier Bay back to back. This is a great day. It's an amazing day. Again, it's a day that you will stay on the cruise ship, and you'll want to be on your balcony. You'll want to be around the ship. You'll just be in awe of all the amazing things that you see. Then your next day is your Skagway Day. That is where the where the other scenic train takes place, the White Pass train. So you have that option, but there are so many different options. And you are here from typically 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Sometimes they adjust those times. So over 12 hours of time. Most of my clients do 2, sometimes even 3 excursions during this time. So I can definitely help you if you need help how to manage that, how to put that in, or which one should I do. That's all things that'll help if you book this cruise. And then the next day is Juneau. So in Juneau, the big thing is whale watching. So if you want to do whale watching, that is a great option. There is a Mendenhall and whale watching excursion that is combined that a lot of people like to do. There's also helicopter tours. With helicopter tours, please know that about 50% of the time they are canceled due to weather, even if where you're standing, it looks fantastic out. It depends on the weather and where they are flying to, whether or not that can take place. Then you will go to Ketchikan. This is your last stop day. So you do have 3 stop days in a row. And there's so many different tours that you can do here, so many different options, so many last minute options that you can also book. Ketchikan is known for people like not sure if they want to book something until they finish their Juneau day, and then they go to the excursion office after they get on from Juneau and they end up booking something right there. So don't be afraid to not have anything booked this day and make a last minute decision. Then this is your last full day on the cruise ship, and this is a day at sea. You are going back to Vancouver and you have a full day on the cruise ship. You will see land part of the time and part of the time you won't. This, along with Hubbard Glacier, getting to Hubbard Glacier are the 2 days where the sea is the choppiest and you would feel the motion the most. Then your last day, you can get off in Vancouver. You get off in Vancouver, not a choice. And either you can fly home from Vancouver, or there is an option to get you to Seattle if it's better for you to fly home from Seattle. So there are a lot of great options for you there. This is the full itinerary. On the left, it's showing you the land portion. On the right, it is showing you the cruise portion. So you have your 13 days here. It is amazing, an amazing trip, definitely. So if you're ready to book, you can contact me. I am an Alaska destination specialist. I am a Princess Expert Alaska expert also. I have multiple certifications in Alaska, been to Alaska, land and sea. I've seen it all. And, well, not everything, obviously, but I've seen so many things and I've helped so many families. So I do have pricing for balcony for this 13-day option for just under $13,000, and I also have reserved mini suites for under $13,000, and this includes for 13 days. This includes the majority of your meals for 13 days. This includes all your meals, all your drinks on the Princess Cruise for those 7 days. And a reserved mini suite is going to give you special access on the cruise. So you might have access to a special dining room. You might have special access to an extra space on the ship. There's all different things with the reserved mini suites that you can get. There are also options for suites that I can offer to you. However, each one is a different price, so I cannot show them all here. So if you're interested, please let me know. With the reserve mini suites also, I only have 4 left. There's only 4. And they are going fast. I did this booking and I made this, Princess gave me this special offer, and within a minute, I had people book 4 of the mini suites, reserved mini suites right away. So I only have 4 left of those. I have more of the balconies offered that I can offer you, but not through the reserved mini suites. To go over everything that's included in this price, You get your 1 night at Fairbanks, your 2 nights at Denali, your 2 nights in Mount McKinley. You get the riverboat cruise when you're in Fairbanks. You get the natural history tour when you're in Denali. All your motor coach, the direct to the wilderness, Alaska Railroad, all included. You have 4 breakfasts, 1 lunch, and 4 dinners included, which means you're paying for about 3 lunches total when you are on this, on the land portion. And all your luggage transfers are taking place. On the cruise, your 7-day cruise is included. Okay, your Princess Plus is included. So drinks, Wi-Fi, gratuities, casual meals, that's all included. Okay, all your regular meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can eat them in the buffet. You can eat them in the dining room. It depends what you want. You will get to see Hubbard Glacier and Glacier Bay. Remember, there are 2 ships a day that get to go into Glacier Bay, and Princess and Holland America owns 70% of that. So not a lot of other cruise ships are going in, and if the weather is bad, Glacier Bay is going to choose Princess and Holland America over the other ships to go into these places. So remember that. The ports, you're getting the big 3, Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan, which does not happen a lot when you are going land first and then cruise. And then all your government taxes and fees. So there's nothing additional except insurance is not included. It is going to be based on state, how many people, your age, lots of different things. I can definitely help you with that. There are optional land tours that you can take while you are on the land. Again, I can help you with that. Shore excursions. If you want to take any of the shore excursions while you're on the cruise, I can help you with that. And then your airfare to Fairbanks, and then again home from either Fairbanks, Vancouver, or Seattle. And then any personal spending that you would like. You can also upgrade to Princess Premier if you're more of a foodie person and you would like to eat in the more elevated dining experiences while you're there. Otherwise, I would just stick with the Princess Plus. So if you are interested, just go to the link below, or this is my information here, and you can email me, and I hope that you decide to go to Alaska because it is the most amazing experience. And if you can't make these dates or there's something in here that you don't like, just email me, let me know. I can find you the right option. There are only 150 options through Princess on just the land options for every week. So there's definitely something for you if you want them, and I'd be happy to help you.